Now, what is your response to that? Because the way I see it is that you and Brian did a lot of research for this book.
Yeah, that was, it's comical to me because, I mean, he makes it sound like we just pulled these numbers out of the air, like out of thin air. We're like writing along going, okay, WCW 2000, let's see, they probably lost some money. Brian, how much money do you think we should say they lost? Oh, let's just throw it into a random number generator. And we'll just throw out some number that has no basis in fact. And so I just thought that was, that's kind of such a silly comment, that we would make up numbers. That doesn't make any sense at all. Especially because those numbers, you can find those numbers elsewhere. It's not just in our book. I mean, it's lots of different places you can get numbers. So.
But as for the specific claim that neither one of you ever talked to anybody that worked there, can you debunk that one?
I can debunk that one. Yes, that is not correct. That I can state for a fact is an incorrect statement. I mean, there's lots of people that we spoke with, and again, we talked with a lot of people, and a lot of people would not want to put their name on the record, and we respect that. But I mean, there were people up in the company, that we talked with, that we would get financial information from, and that it was nothing, the things in the book, a lot of it was, like, the bulk of that book is really talking about buy rates, which you would get from, cable companies, or,
TV ratings, which you get from Nielsen.
Ratings, which are very easily accessible. And the bulk of the book of Death of WCW is literally saying, this was what was presented this week on Nitro. This was what was presented on Thunder. This is what was presented on a pay-per-view, Slamboree or whatever. And a lot of it is, it's basically, the way I view it, is Eric is attempting to use a smokescreen tactic, where he says, well, you weren't there, you wouldn't know what happened. And to that I say, anyone that has ever written a book in the last, 150 years, about the Civil War, how would they know? I mean, they're there, right?
Yeah.
Anybody that has ever written about,
the assassination of JFK, it's like, you weren't there, it's the same thing.
Right, exactly. So it's a smoke screen. It's fine. This is what someone at a restaurant, if they get a bad Yelp review, I mean, it's basically the restaurant going, well, they don't know what's really going on, in the kitchen. I eat the food. It doesn't matter. It just because I'm not a chef doesn't mean that I can't critique something. I mean, that's ridiculous. And like I said, it's a smokescreen. It's an easy way. It's a very easy way to try and say, I was there, you weren't. The only people that would be able to ever tell this story would be people in the office, would be Eric Bischoff, would be, people up and down the chain. And what is fascinating is the other people in that company, they will tell you different versions of the stories too.